So Sarah, how's breastfeeding going now that you're a couple weeks in? 2 babies, you can be honest. You don't
It's
have
like
to give
really
me...
hard. I don't know. It's just like, I don't even know if it's really worth it. It's just like so much work and it's so complicated, and I feel like it's such a production every time. Like, it's not like, oh, just, you know, whip out your boob and put a cover on and like be discreet. It's like get naked and like everybody's doing this whole thing and I'm like, I feel like a circus act and there's like little piggies sucking on me, and it's just like, it's just hard, and I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm committed enough to it, to be honest.
Yeah. You know, it can definitely be a struggle, especially in those first few weeks. And I think, have you thought about supplementing at all? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't supplementing at first, but then the doctor said they were losing weight, so I have been giving them bottles afterwards. So I feel like that's part of the struggle is I'm nursing them, and then I have to bottle them, and they're eating almost the entire amount that I would feed them if I hadn't nursed them, and then I have to pump milk after that. So it's like this whole just, it's kind of exhausting.
I know, it can definitely be stressful, and I think it's easy to think that there's only one right way to do it, that you have to breastfeed.
Yeah, I feel like my friends, especially my friends who only have one baby, I feel like they don't get it. They're like, you have to nurse, you have to nurse. What do you mean? It's so much simpler. It's this great bonding. And like, I feel like pressure from them, and I sometimes want to be like, you don't get it. Like, I have 2 babies. This is not just one baby that you can just go around with and it's easy. So it's hard. Like,
Yeah, and that's nothing to feel ashamed of, nothing to feel like you're a bad mom or an inferior mom. Sometimes the best thing for you and your babies is not breastfeeding. Sometimes it's breastfeeding some and pumping some and using formula for some. Sometimes it's completely using formula.
it just makes me feel like I'm a failure somehow.
Yeah, and you know, that is something that is just not true. What's best for you is best for you, and it's different for each family. And for you, if you're a nervous wreck and stressed and exhausted and you're dreading breastfeeding time and you're like, I don't even want to think about it, that's not good for you or your baby. Sometimes in that case, maybe pumping is better, maybe supplementing is better. If you're giving all those stress hormones to your babies and they're getting stressed and they're barely getting milk because you're stressed, you're not producing milk, it's just fine to supplement. It's fine to do both. What's best for you and your family is an individual.
It's nice to hear you say that.
Guys. So don't ever blame yourself for not wanting to breastfeed or not being able to. You have 2 really happy, healthy babies, and if you're formula feeding them, that's what's best for your family.
It's kind of nice to just hear that, because I feel like all I ever hear is like, well, you really got to try. Or like my friend even was telling me this morning, she's like, man, that must be a lot of work. And it's like, yeah, kind of. You know,
it is a lot of work.
It's like there's no end in sight. So that's good. That's helpful to hear.
Yeah, and it's good to remember too that even though it looks like there's no end in sight, things do even out over time, whether it's with breastfeeding or bottle feeding.
And then of course you hear the stories like, my babies only ate once every 5 hours, and you're like, well, my babies eat all the time, you know? So I have to tell myself not to compare myself to others, but it's hard not to.
And that's a really important thing to remember, that your babies are your babies.
Yeah.
And you're their mom, and you know what's best for them. They're not somebody else's babies. They're not going to go on someone else's timeline.
Right.
You know what's best for them, and you just have to trust your gut sometimes. Just be like, you know, this isn't working for us. We're going to take a step back, and we're going to do it this way. And it doesn't make you a bad mom. It makes you the best mom you can be for your babies. So, and we're here to support you in whichever way you want to go. If you want to keep going with the breastfeeding, we will cheer you on every step of the way and help make it happen. If you want to start supplementing, we'll be there to help with that. So you just let us know which way you want to go, and we'll help you make it happen.
Thank you.